Welcome to another episode of Entrepreneurs in Fuego. We are documenting the journey of incredible inventors, entrepreneur, patent people that come up with these incredible ideas and products. And that is you, Zoltan Kemeny.
Yes,
see, I have my Hungarian accent, my friend.
Perfect.
And
Even in Spanish.
And you're a repeat guest, by the way. And with me, I also have Kay Sever.
Yes.
How are you, Kay?
Fine, thank you. It's great
Good.
to be
You're
here
not
with
you're
you.
not Hungarian, right?
I am not.
All right. Well, we have one Hungarian right over here. Tell us about what we have here, because let me give you a little bit of background. Because you are kind of like I anointed you like the king of patents. Because tell us how many patents you have.
260.
260 patents.
Yeah.
260. That's a lot of patents. I only have one, so you've got 259 more than
But
that.
that's a very good one.
Oh, yeah.
And I have lots of garbage, maybe between the 260. Who knows? We don't know yet.
But you folks have something that is incredible. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I teamed up with Kai because she's a very good expert. She will tell about herself, and I would like her to tell more about herself. But this is a new business which I bring to the US.
Okay.
I experimented with this in South Africa for over 2 years. It's my invention, and it worked very well over there and still working. So then now I decided that the time to bring it to the US is now, because I will be late.
And the product is exactly what?
The product is air cylinder wheels, and then I will explain later a little bit how it works, whatever. But Kai can tell more about, in general, what's this all about and why is this needed?
Yeah. Why,
Yes, I'd love to
What
do
is this air wheel thing?
Well, I met Zoltan a few months ago, and
Yeah.
when I found out about his steel tires, which is what they are, I was really excited about that. I have 35 years of experience in the mining industry. That's my background.
Okay.
And so I understand tire cost on mobile equipment and productivity issues. In fact, I've even designed tire management systems for large mines in the US, rubber tire systems. And so I understand the losses associated with those as well, and the cost. And so when I found out about his product and what it will mean to the rubber tire cost structure and productivity for large mines really all over the world, I was pretty excited because of the benefits.
I have a little cheat sheet here because this is it fair to say that this is a highly technical development and it's going to disrupt essentially the whole tire industry as we know it, Zoltan, isn't it?
I believe so. It will be a game changer, hopefully, and many others are telling me who are expert in this field. This will be the only game in town a few years from now. And today we are flying under the radar. Yes.
The technology behind this. Explain that to us in terms that I can understand, and I'm a fourth grader, please.
Sure. And then you understand the solid rubber tire, for instance.
Yes.
They
the ones that we have
on equipment, which is instead of air inside just solid rubber. Okay, that's rigid. It will not flex, and many equipment has that one. It's like in the old movies and the Western movies, you see the wheel with the rigid hoop, rigid spokes. Okay, that won't flex either. So the chassis has to have its own suspension.
Right, the ones in the wagons.
The wagons. Otherwise, the ride would be tough. Right.
Right.
Most of on the mining trucks, the inflated tire itself, that is the only suspension.
Right.
So if we want to replace it with a steel, which is more durable, so we don't have to, it won't wear out as quickly, like one rubber tire lasts only half a year, and the steel tire would last for 3 years, 4 years. So then that would be good, but you can put steel on the rubber inflated tire. So I had to approach it from a totally different angle because many tried. Some tried to make the spokes in that wheel replaced with a coil spring. Okay, so it will be springy. That was attempted. That didn't work. But in a new approach, I said, okay, I have to turn the spokes away from the hub, from the center, go all around, and needed some assistance damping, because if you have just springs, then the ride will be bouncing up
Yeah.
and down. Okay, if you hit some obstacle, but if you have a shock absorber, then the ride will be cushioned. Okay, so that's what we have all in this, because these are air cylinders piston. That's why you call air cylinder wheel. It's a very unique mousetrap. It's a machine. It's a machine wheel built inside the wheel, but it still never punctures and never suffers the problem of a rubber.
How long would something like this last? What is the life expectancy of this tire?
Compare that to half year of a rubber tire. This
Yeah.
is 20 years. Okay,
That's why this is such an
and it won't
innovation.
cost more than 2-3 times of a rubber tire.
Yes.
And you know how much you buy for a truck? How many tires you buy? 180.
180
Ta-
for a regular truck.
Yeah.
You have 180 tires.
Yes, yes.
Over 10 years.
Over the
Over 10-year
over
period
10
of
years.
time.
Okay, this lasts twice as long, and from that you can buy another truck.
Easily.
Easily.
And so, I gotta ask you this question. How do you come up with these things? I mean, do you ever go to sleep? Do you?
Yes, I do
Do you
sleep.
dream these things up, or what is it?
Well, you know, this one.
You must have a very lonely life, because this is all you're doing. You're thinking about these things all the time.
I have fun. I have my wife, 42 years, the same, enjoying. But look, engineers say that inventing, okay,
Yes.
is 99% perspiration or problem solving, but only 1% spark or inspiration. I was watching giant trucks
Yes.
with binocular from 2 miles away, and they were lining up, waiting to be loaded,
Yes.
and one of them had a flat tire. Boy, you should see the problem. Everyone has to go around. And then a spark came. Not a problem, there's a spark. That, God damn it, they should not have rubber tires down there in the pit. And then I solved it after that. How to engineer, I figured out.
But that's the thing. And so the idea is one, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So you grab the idea, you see the problem, it sparks. I got an idea, I got a solution.
Yeah.
But then you have to go and figure it out.
Oh, yes. Then
you have
comes
to-
the engineering.
That's what I was going to say. Then there's the engineering,
Yeah.
and then you have to figure out whether somebody else have probably thought about it,
Oh,
right?
so, yes.
Because maybe somebody is as smart as you out there going,
There
yeah.
are many more smart. Believe me.
You patent this.
Yes, worldwide.
I'm seeing, is there an additional use this? Because, we're talking about big tires. This is, 180 tires for a big
These
truck
are
and
large.
everything else.
It won't fit into this room.
Right, during 10 years. Now, how about other uses?
There
For what
are
other equipment?
construction, forestry, agriculture, even underground mining. She knows more about this than me, applications, but yes, even military. See, I started parallel, but it's such a slow process,
Right.
working with the government, so we aim the mining industry where the biggest is the problem and the need.
That's right.
What is and I'm sure you figure it out, Kay, the productivity loss? We're talking about, that's got to be in the hundreds of millions of dollars
She knows
in just
more than
changing the tire. Something as simple as we're talking about, you saw this in the mining, and you're trying to change the tire, and it's a whole process. The productivity loss of having that truck just idle,
That's
Yes.
right.
it's got to be in the millions and millions and
That's-
hundreds of millions of dollars, Kay.
It's a lot. The productivity loss is a lot, but the cost savings is even more. Because there's really, when people buy these rubber tires over a 10-year period, they're
Right.
investing, millions of dollars in tires for one vehicle. And there's so much of a savings. There's an 80% savings over a 10-year period if they
Wow.
put Zoltan steel tires on there, and that's enough to pay for a new truck at the end of 10 years. And these trucks cost $4 or $5 million a piece. So
Yes,
we're
of
talking
course.
about an opportunity to not only impact cost favorably, but capital expenditures favorable.
Of course.
So it's really a two-way gain.
And the environment, right? because now we don't pollute.
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, the
Correct.
savings of the
Well,
environment.
that's a
Yeah, I
whole
mean,
nother-
the whole
the
side benefits
environmental.
are tremendous.
Correct.
Now, let me ask you this last question. So, do you have a prototype to this thing, or are you building a prototype?
No, not only prototype. We sold a few. The prototype was tested over 18 months period. Every 3 months, another vehicle. That's in South Africa, one of the world's largest mine, Fraser Alexander diamond and gold mines. Everyone was happy, especially the drivers, because it's so soft, cushy.
Smooth.
It's
Yep.
like driving a Mercedes, not an equipment. But that was the least consideration by the mine. They see the savings, and then that this won't wear out. We'll never get punched, and never get other problems which a inflated tire has. So after that, we worked on loaders. That won't fit into this room either, but now we aim the biggest one, the largest one, because that's where the most of the needs are and the most savings. So we tested this extensively.
Now, what is it? Where do you take this from here? Because now you've tested it already in South Africa,
Yes,
and it's successful over there. How do you bring it, and how do we convince people here in the United States that this is the future, right?
That's a good question, because the industry is very conservative, and then there are lots of money vested in rubber tires. So then obviously this will be a problem for many. But again, it will come no matter what. If I'm not doing it, someone else will do, and it will change the industry, and from there on everyone will be happy about it, because the rubber people are still selling rubber, just a different way.
And I was going to say, where, you have to figure out where the resistance is coming,
Oh,
right?
yes.
Because you have incredible lobbyists
That
and
is, yeah.
and different places that are going, maybe this is going to put me out of business. I'm not going to sell as tires as often as I should, because they're
Initially.
counting on
Yes.
a regular tire to be
Yeah.
gone in certain
And that
years.
is valid for the people who has to buy rubber tires today, right? So they probably would resist. However, the shareholders wants to save millions of dollars per trucks. They have more than 100 trucks in just one location. So then they will force it to happen, and then they will try it. The first sale is the most difficult always in a new country, but I lined up production, made contracts, so I have salespeople, so we are confident we will have
This
the
is
first
this is what I love about him is that he's going to get that frequent flyer miles here in this Entrepreneurs and Fuego show, because he's an inventor. He's got 260 patents, and he keeps inventing stuff. He doesn't stop, right?
No,
and so he's going to come back probably in about another 2 months. Oh, by the way, I have another graph or another product.
Yeah.
And so we'll continue your journey. We'll continue figuring out
good.
how to disrupt the world as you're doing. And this is, it just explodes my
This
mind.
will positively, and this company probably will be next Apple. Very few people knows about, so it would be great for any investor or any user, okay, who is first ground level. Try it first. They make big
You
profits.
heard it here. You heard it here. And with that,
Mark my word.
we're out.